Hi guys, welcome to our daily encounter. In 1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 17, the Apostle Paul gives us a very important principle. He says, "Only as the Lord has assigned to each one, as God called each, in this manner let him walk, and so I direct in all the churches." And here in the context, he's primarily talking about marriage. He says, if you're married, don't seek to be unmarried. If you're unmarried, don't seek to be married just because you've come to Christ now. He goes on to list some things also in connection to circumcision and one's social status. But the idea here is that the Apostle Paul says, as God has assigned to each one, or as God has distributed each one, as God has called each, remain in that calling or in that manner of life. And so the Apostle Paul is saying, just because you come to Christ, don't begin to try to make drastic changes to your life. If those changes happen over time, that's fine, but don't get preoccupied by that, and don't think that you're, a subpar Christian simply because you don't have this particular. Maybe you're not married and you want to be married, or vice versa, or other things. Don't get preoccupied by that. Just stay where you're at. This is where the Lord has called you, and it might very well be the case that God can use you in that particular situation that you're in. A person who perhaps comes to the Lord while they're married, God might use you in that marriage to influence your spouse or to raise godly children in that relationship. The list could go on, but God can use that for his purpose. And so don't be quite so hasty to change your life status or your life situation simply because you come to the Lord. And that's an important principle, not just for newly converts, but also for people who perhaps have been walking with the Lord for quite some time. It might very well be that over the course of time, we become discontent with our life situation. Maybe we begin to look at the fact that we're married. Maybe we think that that's holding us back from doing the work of the Lord, or maybe we're not married and we feel like we're being held back from blessings from God because we're not married. It might very well be that we are poor and we wish we had more money so that we could get involved in more ministries, or vice versa. Maybe we are rich and wish we were more poor so we wouldn't have the temptations that come with wealth. I mean, we could get really preoccupied with a lot of different things and get distracted when all that really does is pull us into concerns of the world. Instead of setting our mind on Christ, being content with where we are, focusing on Christ, walking according to the Spirit, and if the Lord does guide us into a change in our life situation, that's fine. But being more focused on serving the Lord where we're at right now. If we're poor, then we're gonna use that to glorify God in some way. If we're married, using that as an opportunity to serve the Lord, whatever it might be, whatever life situation we're in, we're content with that. We just want to honor God in that, and then just keep walking with the Lord. And if things change over time, that's fine. If not, we just keep on serving the Lord where we're at, and to not get preoccupied by those things, because once again, to do that would cause us then to draw further and further into the world, into the concerns of the world, be preoccupied with the world, with our status in the world, in our situation in the world. But really, we should be focusing on Christ. Really, we should be focusing on the Spirit and glorifying God and seeking first his kingdom. So hopefully this principle will help us if ever we get into those situations where we become distracted by discontentment, and to remember that we have a purpose that God has assigned to each one, and has brought us into the situation that we're in, perhaps for his glory and for his work. And we honor him in that and continue to work with him through that, and to, until he changes the situation, or if he never does change the situation, we just continue to walk with the Lord, serving him where we are. So here's some things we can reflect on and think about as we do our reading today. With that, guys, I do thank you for watching the video today. Hope you guys have a great day. Love you guys. God bless.